Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good, yo? So, my boy Deku and my hero, um, is getting pretty strong. I think this little, like convenient reasoning why Deku doesn't have to practice as much is funny and intelligent at the same time, just because that's what most of the fandom would want in this situation, right? Like, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of people out there that would love to see him dance and have these new dance moves, because even in his eyes, he saw it as some way, shape, or form of training, and it is for how he was watching Bakugo and picked up a new fighting style. This is kind of no different, right? Like, there's something he can learn from this, is what I like out of it. Um, but at the end of the day, I think this show is progressing relatively good. I mean, this is a slow burn, but if you've been watching this show, you know there's relatively slow burns, like arcs in general. So no big change there. This is just one of those arcs that stick with it long enough, and you're gonna see something wild pop off like always. But well, mostly everything that happened was relatively simple. I don't think anything popped off that was out of the norm. Uh, Seeing a little bit more of how gentle Criminal got his first little fan, up to the point where he knows just who's going to be working in security and stuff like that. So, um, I don't know how to feel really. I mean, if Deku winds up with long range and can just spam something far when it's needed, that sounds pretty broken. Um, Not to mention the fact that he already likes to do teamwork, right? Like, he's not afraid of teamwork. He like thinks it's better. So it's just going to help his ways of opening up villains and getting hostages out safer much easier for everybody. And the more he has control of this power and doesn't, push it so far, where pretty much injures himself like he already is right now, he's going to be one of the best heroes out there. But until the show finally just goes off and gives us like multiple upon multiple opponents, um, different different like reasons for our character to maybe grow or fail and grow more. I think he's pretty much done with like failing, right? Excuse me. I don't really see him failing too much more. Sure, it is needed for his growth at some parts, but it doesn't feel as necessary as we might think it is, seeing how everything lately has been in his favor. Um, Finding someone who couldn't even control their power and still being able to be assisted by them was another one of those things that goes to show you that regardless of the situation, luck and hope can be on your side, regardless of how it looks. Uh, if it looks inevitable, then you may be able to change it around. And of course, that's being the theme of this show and just how things pop off, like always. It's still nice to see them play true to it in the case of all of the students and all of the, well, a lot of the heroes who are pro heroes being in one area. Either we're going to see them lose and the kids are going to show up, or we might see some really cool combinations and powers used in combination of trying to take down Gentle Criminal and maybe not even working. So the main thing I'm looking forward to as well is Bakugo and Icy Hot getting into the action. Hopefully they don't just find a way to write them out, just like how they wrote Deku out for uh, now he's just going to help someone be a disco ball so he doesn't have to practice. So all that practice is going into training. So let me know how powerful you think Deku's going to get overall just from this training regiments. Like, do you think he's going to grow stronger from all this? Or is it going to be too soon and the power is not going to be fully developed in the case of just a technique, I guess you can say? And that's going to be some type of weird jeopardizing thing that pops off. But regardless of that, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case is when you watch this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.